This edition of the FAXTORY Podcast Show is brought to you in part by Motion Pictures. Remember, the FAXTORY Podcast Show is rated a special AE for any and everyone. View discretion is advised. Just kidding. I don't know how many times I got to reiterate that.
Right hand on your thigh while I'm driving.
Ooh, this is so fun every single time, man. What's good? What's popping? What's good with everybody? We back with the FAXTORY Podcast Show. I am Official.Fax.Koolaid. Our way. Episode 12, man. We back, bro. We thank God for the opportunity to come back and speak to all of y'all once again. Spring break was last week. I'm going to get into that in a second. But again, this is episode 12. Appreciate everybody in the factory. Everybody that's been supporting me. You know what I'm saying? Even on social media, TikTok and everything. You know what I'm saying? Even the haters, bro. We got to shed light to the haters. And I'm going to get to that in a second. But happy to come back to y'all, bro. It's a pleasure. Now, as I always say, I'm a speaker, not a yapper. Let's get straight to it. We got a lot of things to cover today, bro, in short, like sequences. But we get into a lot. I want to start to get to the habit of really speaking on as much as possible. Me as a journalist, I have a lot of like categories and angles in which I speak into, such as like sports media, you know, music media, you know what I'm saying, even politics. But we gotta be able to cover everything on these episodes, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into some things that we know have been trending. The number one funny thing that's been trending lately, bro, I knew I was gonna speak on this, bro. Let's speak on the young lady from the track meet that caught an assault battery charge from hitting a girl with the baton, right? Now, I'm pretty sure we've all seen that video. If you haven't, please pause this and go, you know what I'm saying? Search it up, track girl, baton, assault and battery. It'll pop up. It's been the most trending video on YouTube lately. That girl, there's been so much crying from her. I know y'all have been seeing that on social media. Basically, during the track meet, one of her competitors overpassed her. And as soon as she overpassed her, from what the video looked like, she hit the girl with the baton. Now, that baton is hard as hell. So you know she caught a charge for that, bro. And it's a young girl. Now, my thing is, it's been a whole lot of crying from her. And she's trying to plead her case to everybody on social media and to the world. There's been a lot of interviews, a lot of press conferences. And she just wants the world to understand that she did not do it on purpose. Now, if you look at the video, though, I ain't gonna lie, like, shorty, I don't understand how you could think that we don't believe you, but it's ironic. I'm the type of person to want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. I want to believe her a little bit that it wasn't intentional, but like, my God, bro, it looks so intentional, bro. Now, my biggest problem is that family and her legal team, right? Because she has to get a lawyer because she's the family of the girl that got hit. They're wanting to press charges, like hella charges, bro. Her legal team is who's been pissing me off the most in this whole little situation. Her lawyer, like, can you believe this, had the audacity to speak to the news and tell them, yo, look, we see how the legal system likes to marginalize our people. You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna let that happen. You can't be serious right now. Like, this girl literally, like, can we just be for real for a second? Your client literally cocked the baton way back all the way to Toronto, Canada, and swung on that girl so hard, allegedly, that she couldn't even finish the race. And you talking about the legal system, yo? Like, this is how we get embarrassed. Like, and then you talking about the legal system marginalize our people. My God, this is two black people. This don't even got nothing to do with race, yo. Like, and to make matters worse, everybody in that race, apart from them two, were black. So this has nothing to do with trying to, like, you talk about the legal, basically you gaslighting the legal system, bro. As a journalist, I can't let that slide. Like, that is BS. This is not the time to point fingers or try to twist the narrative. The young lady, she's been crying all along to the news, saying that it wasn't her fault, bro. Me personally, I just kind of believe, like, it's sticky. But I know a few of my followers asked me to speak on that. I just don't like how they're moving about it, bro. We know with news, the biggest things could happen, and you let it fizzle out, but you keep bringing more attention to it instead of just letting it fizzle out. I didn't even know much about the situation until I heard her lawyer get on national television and say that, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, we there are certain things that we just have to stop doing, my people. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get to that in a second because I created a whole little list of things that we need to stop doing. Not just black people, but just people in general. For the rest of this year, the rest of 2025, summer's approaching, that means fall's approaching. Pretty soon it's gonna be 2026. It's a list of things that we need to stop doing. But before I get into that though, let's tackle a few other things that people have been talking about in the media. I want to talk about Uncle Shannon Sharpe, right? There's been a lot of backlash directed towards Uncle Shannon Sharpe because he had Andrew Schultz, I believe that's his name, on Club Shay Shay, which is his own entertainment / podcast little, you know what I'm saying, show. There's been so much outrage, and I'm here to say sometimes y'all are so full of it, bro. The fake outrage is insane. What y'all need to understand is Shannon Sharpe, one, is not y'all's puppet. He cannot satisfy everybody in the media. Basically, Andrew has been in the news negatively about his jokes as he is a comedian. He says a lot of, you know what I'm saying, disrespectful jokes. But let me ask y'all a question, bro. The kings of comedy, whether you feel like they suck or they're not, no matter what race they are. Show me one comedian that hasn't said a disrespectful joke to anybody, bro. Like, what happened to the days where comedians can say the worst of jokes and we just laugh at it, bro? But apparently he said some what people believe were to be truthful things on a few podcasts, a few interviews. But my thing is, bro, even if he said those things, bro, Shannon Sharpe is not giving people these interviews to satisfy y'all or to entertain y'all, bro. It's like y'all want Shannon Sharpe to be y'all's yes man, bro. Y'all were the same people, mind you, that was calling him gay all because he went to the store and got recorded wearing an outfit. Y'all said he was a homosexual man because of his outfit. And now y'all expect him to turn around and take y'all's words into fruition, bro? Y'all expect him to take y'all's words into consideration, bro? If he has a good relationship with Andrew, bro, and y'all hate it, y'all really expect him to care? Like, really think about that, bro. And then y'all also gotta understand, I'm a journalist. I understand how this works. This is a consumer product, bro. Not everybody who follows Shannon is gonna watch every single episode, but guess what? Every guest that he has, their fans are gonna come to the episode. His clips are getting posted all over YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everything, right? People go into these comment sections, watch the clip, then go in and comment, oh, y'all still watch this man's show? How can anybody watch this man? Yo, do you not just realize that you just watched the clip? Like, you just watched it. Even though you're not watching it on YouTube, you're still watching it on these social media platforms. Now, if you were seeing his like clips come across and you scroll past it, then that's one thing. But even still, you're seeing all these people make all these think pieces about his guest. You watch it, then you go watch the clip. You're the consumer product, bro. Then to the people who always say, oh, well, we need to stop watching it. Let me tell you something, bro. Y'all watch people whether y'all like them or not, bro. Because if Shannon Sharpe brings on Donald Trump, everybody's going to watch that interview, even though a lot of y'all don't like Donald Trump. Same thing for Kamala Harris. Many people do not like Kamala Harris, but guess what? They watched that entire interview. Many people hate Drake. Drake comes on Shannon Sharpe's show, everybody's going to watch that. His haters or his lovers. Whether you hate Drake or not, you're still gonna watch that, bro. Hell, Shannon Sharpe could bring back Hitler from the dead, bring him on this show, everybody will watch it, and everybody hates Hitler. But the more y'all complain about his guests, like, it's just the more, he's more inclined to just not give a fuck about what y'all gotta say. And as somebody that kind of aspires to do what he's doing right now, it just shows me like, yo, when it's time for me to get to that point, I can't give a F about what nobody say. And I ain't gonna lie, that's how everybody should be thinking in their own personal space, whatever they got going on. You should never give too much care about what your social media haters or just people that hate it in real life say, bro. Because literally at the end of the day, we all not going to be here one day. We all going to be with God one day, or, you know, if you're living right, or you might be on the other side. I digress. But either way, we're not going to be here forever. Do what makes you happy. And again, I'm going to get to that in a second. But let me cover some more things. Now, Playboi Carti, if you don't know who that is an artist. He dropped an album this past weekend. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a topic that many people won't really understand. And that's why I always say, make sure y'all use the timestamps in the description, bro. I'm a real one. I understand. Now, not everything I talk about is going to be watched by everybody. Some people may not understand what's going on with Shannon Sharpe. They may not understand what's going on with Houston Spring Break that I'm going to talk about. They may not understand what's going on with Playboi Carti. But you can use those timestamps. You can go down. You can click directly to the part that you want to watch. So now let me talk about Playboi Carti right quick. Now, I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this to be disrespectful to Playboi Carti. Like, no disrespect at all. I just don't get it. Like, can people explain in my comment section what they like about Playboi? Like, what is the appeal that Playboi Carti has to you? I'm not saying he has bad music. I just don't understand it. And I've been knowing of Playboi Carti since I was in high school, bro. I'm finna graduate college now. Over the years, I done seen Playboi Carti change his look, change his voice. Literally, like, the original Playboi Carti from the album Die Lit, that was one. Then I remember he got on a feature with Drake on Dark Demo Tapes, and his voice was just the highest it's ever been. Then I look back a couple years back, and he performed at Rolling Loud, and he was screaming the whole time. Yo, can y'all just explain to me, yo? Like, I understand everybody likes to make music. All right, I'm not saying his music doesn't qualify as that, but it's like, yo, like, I'm like, and as a musician, I really try to understand it, even if it's not my type of genre, because I ain't gonna lie, Playboi Carti, he's done some things or posted some things or represent some things that I just don't agree with. But I'm not even associating that to the actual ethics of the music. I just really don't understand it. Like, I don't be understanding what he be saying. I don't understand the message that's there. But his fan base is like, yo, like, they might even take this out of context, even though, again, I'm not disrespecting. Like, Playboi Carti fans are truly one of its own. I know somebody that was online just trashing it, and I'm talking about his comment section. they literally, like, his fan base literally looked like they was about to find his address and burn his house down, yo. Playboi Carti's fan base, I'm telling you, bro, different breed. I really said that because I really want to be, like, informed on what people that like Playboi Carti, why they like him. You know what I'm saying? I know his fan base is die hard, bro. Like, more die hard than Drake, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, all of those. So that's just something I want to know. And if anybody can explain to me in the comments or even in my DMs at FAX.Koolaid, I'll respond because I am so curious to know. Now, let me talk local news, right? Spring break is now over with, bro. And again, as I mentioned in the last episode, which got a lot of traction, spring break was in Houston. Now, let me say this, bro. I am so glad that Houston spring break is done. And respectfully, I don't ever want y'all to come back here, bro. I don't know why Houston was the spring break spot, but it literally just exposed so many problems that Houston has, bro. The city was full of crash outs, criminal activity. Houston was so stressful this past week, bro. I was at the little Baywatch thing because, you know, I was a special guest or whatever. So I just pulled up just for a little bit. As I'm going inside, I see an altercation because a girl was getting talked to by a dude. The dude was all like, yo, how you doing? Excuse me, you know what I'm saying? You don't look like you from here. She was like, oh, no, I'm not, you know. As they're talking, the girl's boyfriend comes around the corner. Before he even gives the dude a chance to even defend himself, he's all like, yo, I know you're not talking about Shorty, bro. Like, I really set this mug off, bro. This ain't Houston, this Florida in this mug. Why did y'all come all the way from Florida, bro? Like, what the, like, don't ever come back, please, bro. I'm begging. Like, it really exposed Houston's problems, including the clubs and lounges. Now, look, I'm not too big on clubs and lounges. Everybody knows this. But ain't no reason why y'all are charging $120, $140 just to get into a club, just for what? Everybody to stand around, bro? And let me get into the club culture, bro, because I'm not big on clubs, but let me tell y'all why the club scene is just ridiculously trash and abysmal. You want to charge all these people $1 million to come into the club just for them to stand around and look pretty. Then you gotta go inside the club and people want to buy more bottles that are, again, overpriced, bro. Like, explain to me how you raise the price to get in the club, but then on top of that, you raise the bottles that's inside the club. Like, this is why I don't care about drinking, yo. Nobody wants to dance. Everybody wants to sit around and be on their phone. Everybody's too cool to really dance, bro. Like, you'll be shocked, not even with just clubs and parties, but not even just clubs or parties, but in everything in life, bro. Everything is dead because y'all are just not having fun at these clubs, bro. That's why I always tell people, bro, go to a Nigerian club or lounge, bro. Every time I brought a African American to a Nigerian or Caribbean club, they always tell me, Koolaid, if y'all ever go back to that spot, please let me know. Like, I don't even look at American clubs the same way. Cause what? It was so fun. I'm telling you, like, I wouldn't have that much of a problem with clubs or lounges, you know what I'm saying? Besides the regular more reasons. If it was just fun. It's like, on top of it not being fun, y'all are raising the prices. Like, y'all are making it so unbearable, bro. That's why when people invite me to clubs and lounges, I'll just be like, ugh, bro. Like, no, Houston spring break, bro, like, it was fun. The fun parts were fun, but it was just, nah. Take it to, like, Louisiana or Oklahoma or Atlanta next year, bro. I'm glad I'm finna graduate. No more spring break for me. But to switch gears, bro, I mentioned earlier that it was a few things I want to talk to y'all about, like some life things that we need to stop doing, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of these things may apply to you. Some of these things may apply to people that you know. Some of these things may have applied to you in the past. Some of these things may apply to you in the future. All I know is I'm finna mention all of these. First thing that we need to stop doing, bro. First things that we smart people need to stop doing is engaging with people that have nothing to lose. I'm trying to tell you one thing you'll learn about people that are successful out here, bro. People that have goals, people that have futures, people that have lives, that live lives of abundance, bro. They are less reactive to crash outs, to people who don't care about anything. Like, those people are less reactive to provocation than those that aren't, because those people do not want to engage in activities or conversations that could literally F up their life. That could literally compromise your success, yo. Like, and who are these people that I'm talking about, bro? Insecure people, envious people, people with dimmed futures, weak people, people that get angry and can't control their emotions, bro. Those are all liabilities to your life. I'm telling you, to your success, to your plans, to everything that you want to do. Those types of people are liabilities. I know some of y'all don't want to go outside and look like y'all are a P word, or look like, you know what I'm saying, you let somebody pull your card or something. But the fact of the matter is, there is more power in letting the fool have the last word than letting that same fool drag you down to their level, all because you want to show people that you're not scary, or you feel like they disrespect you, so you gotta match their energy. No, sorry, bro. Maybe in high school for developmental reasons, that's acceptable, but once you get into the real world, bro, you make one mistake, bro. Let's say you're a big time person in the city, right? You know what I'm saying, you got everything, right? And some dude that nobody knows, clearly has no life, is disrespecting you, not putting their hands on you, but is just verbally disrespecting you, then you decide to go and knock that person out. Do you think that person's name and that's gonna be all over the news? No, that's gonna be you, bro. When they take the both of y'all to jail, do you think people is gonna be giving a F about that person that you hit or you? Like, people that have nothing to lose are not only unpredictable and dangerous, often leading to self-destruction, but they literally don't care about they don't care about the outcome of what happens to you as well. They don't care about their own outcome or yours from that situation. Like, not everyone is deserving of your lashing out or your energy, bro. I really need people to understand that, because like literally, bro, I know so many situations of people who get into it with people who are not on their level, and I'm just like, yo, like, do you not see the difference of levels, bro? Just leave a peasant in their place. That's really all I'm saying, bro. We need to realize who we are. Like, I'm not talking about bum people. I'm talking about people who got futures, bro. The millionaires of tomorrow, bro. Understand who you are and stop giving your attention to those that are future nobodies. That's what I'm saying. Another thing that we need to stop doing, right? We need to stop trying our hardest to get people to understand us and believe us, bro. Self-care is choosing not to go back and forth with people that are committed to misunderstanding you, bro. Those types of people truly do exist, bro. If there's somebody that already set their mind that they don't like you, bro, you think you're going to be able to convince that person to re-like you again or to just like you, period, bro? There are people in your life that just truly do not get it and they do not understand you. F those people, respectfully, of course. The Bible says to show all love. All you can do is just show love. But as far as trying to get that person to be on your side, to like you, to understand you, no, bro. That's why if I tell somebody something and they think I'm lying, after I've already said it one time, if you still don't believe me, it's like, what, you want me to get on my knees and beg you to believe me, bro? You want me to get on my knees and beg you to understand me? No, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. For the sake of your mental health, stop going back and forth with people that they just are hell bent on not understanding where you coming from, bro. Principle as well, yo. If people don't understand the principle, leave them be. Some people just don't understand. So some people just don't understand, bro. Some people just don't understand that sometimes it's the principle that matters, bro. They think it's just the situation at hand. If you are dealing with people that that can't differentiate situation from principle, oh my God, just get away from those people. You just get away from them for the sake of your mental health. That's why I stopped arguing with people, for real. Do you know how nerve-wracking it is when you're in a situation where somebody's clearly in the wrong, like clear as day, and they just choose to just not understand? That will drive you insane. Literally, stop caring, bro. Just let them be, bro. They're not the type of people that you need to be going back and forth with. They don't deserve your energy, bro. Once you stop doing that, bro, oh my God, life will be more peaceful. Your mental health will just glow, for real. Another thing that we need to stop doing, bro, we need to stop being scared to showcase ourselves. And you know, if you're a content creator, you need to stop being scared to post yourself. Not gonna lie to you. Every day I always hear, yo, Koolaid, what's advice for, content? Like, you give me some advice for content. I always tell them, understand there are gonna be people in your life that are gonna think what you're doing is cringe. They're gonna think you're stupid. They're gonna think what you're doing doesn't make sense. They're gonna look at it and laugh. But guess what though? Everybody is stupid until they make it. Everybody is cringe until they make it. Everybody looks dumb until they make it. If you wanna succeed in making content of any sort on social media, the first step is not giving a F about what these people that are going to view your videos think, bro. You need to learn to move past that, bro. You don't think I understand that it's people that literally, like, when my videos come on their feed, especially on Instagram, they literally religiously skip it. Matter of fact, there's some people that might watch it all the way through and just choose not to like it and choose not to comment, all because they don't want to be in the likes. They're not the people that you should be making those videos for, bro. You need to be making your videos with the understanding that people that don't know you, people that love you, those are going to be your supporters, bro. But there's always going to be those people that just watch, and they call it like a monitoring spirit or something. I don't really get in too deep with that. I just know that folks be hating and they don't want to see you succeed. You got to understand that those people will always be there, but keep going. Once you start to keep those people in mind, once you're editing, making videos, about to post, then you're going to be self-conscious, bro. Those people have a very weird power of getting into people's heads when they're doing content, bro. But those that can tune those people out and learn to just look at them as grains of sand on the beach, those are the people that'll make it. You want to get good in content, learn to scratch them people out, bro, and post yourself, bro. Oh, I'm scared to post. Oh, what are they gonna say? Oh, well, if you're scared to post, then this is not for you, bro. This industry is not for you, bro. Because all these big people, Kai, Drewski, Speed, all these people that you see, bro, it was a time where they were starting off and people was looking at them crazy. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Sending it to their group chat. Yo, look at this shit. Just straight clowning. Haters never have the last laugh, so always remember that. No, let's keep going, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm starting to cook right now. Another thing that we need to stop doing, right? let's stop breaking the promises that we make to ourselves. This is so big. This is probably the most important one on this list. Stop breaking the promises that you make to yourself. Let me tell you why that is so detrimental to your life, bro. When you get into a habit of making promises to yourself and you keep breaking it, over the course of time, you're going to build a track record of not being able to do the things that you say that you were going to do. You're going to look at yourself as untrustworthy to the point where you get to a point where you want to make a goal. You tell yourself, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to stop doing this. And a big chunk of your brain is going to tell you, nigga, you know you're not going to do that. You know you're going to keep doing that same bad habit. You know you're going to go back to that old habit of yours. You know you're not going to be able to keep that schedule. You know you're not going to be able to keep that regimen. I'm telling you, this is so big, bro. I mentioned this in past episodes, but let me just reiterate just in case I have a new subscriber or follower, bro. When you let there be power in your words, right? What that does for you mentally is that anytime there's a new challenge or a new barrier or there's something else that you want to achieve, you can look back at your past track record of you always keeping your promises to yourself and following through. So that when you run into the next obstacle, bro, it's like, bro, I did everything else I said I was going to do. When I said I was going to stop doing this, I stopped. When I said I was going to start this regimen, I started it and I finished it. When I said I was going to be consistent, I was consistent. So I know that this next barrier, this next challenge, that's going to be light work. But when you're the person that keeps on breaking like these promises to yourself, soon you're gonna associate your own self with inconsistency, non-seriousness, procrastination. You're gonna associate yourself with being a quitter because you constantly keep breaking these promises to yourself. So if you say that you want to stop smoking for a certain amount of time, you want to stop eating this type of food for a certain amount of time, you want to start waking up at this amount of time, you want to start going to the gym, you want to start doing content, you want to start practicing. Anything you say you want to start doing to a consistent level, you really need to stop effing up and really get on that, bro. Because after a while of breaking the promises and starting over the cycle again, you're going to be less confident in yourself. That's why most people lack self-confidence, bro. You got to keep these promises to yourself, bro. Let it be power in what you say. If I tell people, yo, today I feel like I'm going to do 120 push-ups. And they be like, why are you doing 120 push-ups? I'll be like, because I said I was. That's all it needs to be. I said I was going to do it. So now I can't go against what I said. There's power in my words. If I say I'm going to do something and I end up not doing it over the course of time, my words is going to be bullshit. Excuse my French. My words is going to be BS. It's not going to mean anything to me. It's easy to keep promises of somebody else because you're relying on that, you're relying on that power of keeping your promise that you made to somebody. You're relying on outlook. But when it's inner, like, nobody sees the promises that you make to yourself except for you, bro. That's why you need to keep it, bro. The only person that needs to be convinced that you can do something, the person that needs to be most convinced that you can do something without breaking it is yourself. That's why you can't break these promises, bro. The second to last thing that we need to stop doing, right? We need to stop leaving God out of our plans, bro. I'm telling you, this is where many people F up, bro. There are many talented people, bro. Many people who can do these jobs and do these talents and careers way better than most people that are at the top. But you will really be shocked. A lot of you may not have it because you decided to keep God out of it. And let me not even say decided. This might be a an inadvertent mistake. You might do this like subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? You might not even understand it. You might not even realize that you're doing this for real. Whether you're not praying about it enough. Sometimes it might even just be prayer. You know what I'm saying? When you're prioritizing what you want to do over God, like you're not even letting it be at the same level. You're not even praying on it. How are you going to expect God to bless you with what you want to do if you're not even praying on it? That same God that you believe in. Again, if you don't believe in God, bro, that's on you. As far as me and my family, my friends, we believe in God. So this message is for me, my family, my friends, and everybody that follows me that believes in God. You claim to believe in God, but you're not keeping him in your plans. How are you gonna expect them to bless you and follow through? Now, luckily, we serve a merciful God that will sometimes even look out for you when you're not even looking out for yourself. But at the same time, that's not a good habit to continue, bro. It's not hard to just say a prayer over what you want to do, bro. That really might be what you're missing, bro. Because you can't do it by yourself, bro. If you claim to believe in God, understand that you can't do whatever you want to do. You can't achieve whatever you want to achieve. You cannot do anything without God if you believe in God. Like for real. So just include him in your plans, bro. Again, that might be what a few of you are missing, bro. And the last thing, and this might be kind of funny, but I'm going to say anyway, we need to stop neglecting hygiene, bro. Especially dental hygiene, bro. Plaque, mouth cheese, and not scraping y'all's tongue, not flossing is really whooping your ass right now. I'm gonna just keep it a band. Your toothbrush cannot get everything, bro. There's no reason why every adult should not have a tongue scraper. There's no reason why every adult should not have mouthwash, floss. There's no reason why every adult should not be going to the dentist, bro. Over the course of talking to many people, because I'm a people person, I can't even look at people's faces sometimes because their mouth is so dirty. I promise you, like, it goes a long way. And people won't ever tell you, bro. Some people might tell you that you're musty. You know, it's uncomfortable for me to tell people that, but some people might tell you that, but people are not going to tell you, yo, your teeth are dirty as hell. Like, and you know, again, this might be funny, but this is so serious. Dental hygiene is really beating y'all ass right now. It's really beating y'all up right now. Many people have yellow cheese at the top of their teeth, plaque everywhere, and they really don't know. So I want to encourage everybody on this beautiful day, start letting your friends know that they have dirty teeth. I'm not talking about crooked teeth. I'm not talking about gaps. I'm not talking about literally sometimes you cannot control the straightness of your teeth. You cannot control the gaps. You cannot control the overbites. You cannot control those things, but you can control your teeth being clean. You can control your gums not being black. You can control the plaque not being in your mouth. Like, I'm getting disgusted just talking about it. Let's not neglect that, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, that makes or breaks people sometimes, bro. You like this girl, you like this dude, y'all link up, and you decide you want to get grown and kiss, and the person don't want to kiss you. You'll be surprised. It's probably because your teeth are dirty. Now, let's just stop neglecting dental hygiene, bro. Other hygienes as well, but nobody wants to be musty. You know, everybody works on a good job, smelling good. It's the best compliment. But that teeth, bro, we really got to fix that, bro. Now, let me continue with sports. Now, again, everybody knows I love talking women's sports for real. So I want to talk about the WNBA. Now, the WNBA has been in headlines because they say that they're not getting paid enough. Angel Reese got up on, a pod. Shout out Angel. And she said, look, if they don't give us what we want, we just gonna sit out. She literally said, WNBA, if y'all don't pay us what we want, we're gonna sit out. 2 case in point reasons on why this is a bad idea. Angel, it's not just gonna take you. You need the entire league behind you to say that, especially the moneymakers, bro. No disrespect to WNBA. Caitlin Clark, it was the main reason why the viewership went up, ticket sales went up, attendance went up. She is a part of all of that. If you have somebody like Caitlin Clark leading that charge, or even just co-leading it, then maybe you could, you could do something here. You need those star players to raise hell, because they're not going to take y'all seriously, bro. Because the WNBA, the leaders, these people who you want to be agreed to your collective bargaining agreement, they're going to say, okay, what have you done for me lately, Angel? These people that are speaking out against that, they're going to say, what have y'all done for us lately, bro? Yeah, Angel Reese is another reason why, viewership went up a little bit, but you need your top dogs, bro. Anytime the NBA has had like a lockout or something, the main bosses was stepping up. It wasn't players like Sasha Vujacic, It wasn't players like LaMarcus Aldridge, no disrespect to LaMarcus. It wasn't players like Manu Ginobili. It was the stars. And again, those players I just named are good, but you need your top dogs if you really want to get at your owners, bro. If you really want to get that bag, you need your top stars to be at the top of this lockout or this stand that y'all want to do. Now, second reason why this is a very terrible idea, right? I don't know if y'all been watching women's college basketball, yo. You might want to think wisely on sitting out WNBA, because if y'all decide to sit out that whole next season and then y'all give these young cats in college a chance to come in with that new money, they're going to take all of it, bro. I don't know if y'all been watching Hannah Hidalgo, Juju Watkins, Olivia Miles, Kiyomi McMillan, Anissa Monroe, Michaela Williams, Paige Beckers. There is a lot. These cats in women's college basketball, when they come to the league, they're going to give y'all so many problems. It's not even funny. They're going to be the ones to take that new money. I'm talking about these girls in women's college basketball are legitimately like, I'm seeing NBA players, like I'm seeing NBA-ish players and mannerisms in these players, bro. And if I'm a team owner, why would I give you this money when the future is here, bro? You might want to relax, because these players that are in college right now, please don't sleep, bro. They're so tough. Don't let y'all's decision to want more money right now affect y'all's future, like later on, because they're going to get the bag. I'm not saying that these players are going to come in automatically and just become the best players. You know what I'm saying? You still got Kaylin. You still got Arike. You still got a bunch of players that's just killing right now. Even Angel to an extent. But WNBA, I don't know if now's the time to be pulling this shit. Just being honest. Since I just talked women's college basketball, let me talk regular college basketball in general. It's March Madness, right? So let's give a little bit of light to that, right? Now, I had a few followers that tried to check me saying I don't talk about the school across the street enough. University of Houston. Now, March Madness starts this week, right? I really do think I might stand alone. I think University of Houston could beat Duke. Real life. I'm not even joking. LJ Cryer is leading that charge. And let me just step aside for a second to just say I made a video last episode about Quentin Grimes, who is now in the NBA, being a Houston high school legend. If you know Quentin Grimes, who is killing right now, when he was in high school, he was a killer. But LJ Cryer, who is currently at University of Houston, as I mentioned, oh my goodness, LJ was a lunatic. I'm talking about a walking 40 piece. Now, thankfully, I never had the experience of guarding him in the game. A lot of my partners that we went to high school did, bro. I'm talking about every time I seen LJ Cryer play in high school, whether it was AAU or high school, I've never ever been able to say this about anybody. He scored 40 every single time. I think LJ Cryer is the greatest Houston guard of all time. Not gonna lie to you. And many people are gonna point to TJ Ford. LJ Cryer would have fried TJ Ford, bro. And this is many things that people do not know. LJ Cryer, TJ Ford could not do what LJ Cryer was doing in high school. I stand on that, bro. And if you ask TJ Ford, he'll probably agree with you. I'll never forget, my AAU team was playing LJ Cryer's team, right? LJ got hurt first quarter. Oh, we have a chance now. I wasn't even playing that game. I wasn't even playing much that game. I was on the bench. Never had to guard him. LJ Cryer gets hurt first quarter, like beginning of the game. So we start competing with the team, right? We getting a little cocky. Our players is all like, bro, we got this, bro. Like, there's no way that they're going to win. I was like, shoot, if LJ come back, I don't know. They was like, bro, we not worried about, bro. I said, what? I said, yo, I'm telling you right now, if LJ come back in the game and we're not up by at least 20, we not going to win. Now, I'm telling you, he going to turn it on. Just be prepared. LJ comes in the game, second half. We did not win the game. Like, LJ was that good in high school, bro. And that's why I feel like UH could really go all the way if they don't see Auburn. I ain't gonna lie, many people are not gonna like that I just said that. I know for a fact Coach Sampson was so happy that Auburn is on the other side of that March Madness schedule. Not gonna lie. I think they can beat everybody in the league. I think they can win the whole national championship if they don't run into Auburn. And it's funny because I've been saying that for weeks and I didn't even realize that Auburn already beat UH this season. I had no clue. They already beat them. I was saying that before I even knew that. I think Houston will go all the way contingent they don't see Auburn, period. They literally have the easiest region. I ain't gonna lie. The only team that you feel like they would have to worry about is Tennessee. But literally, University of Houston's defense is too good. Tennessee is not gonna stand a chance. And I know many people are gonna say, oh, well, Tennessee beat Auburn. Let me tell you something. This is all about matchups, bro. Tennessee matches up with Auburn pretty well. Not even gonna lie to you. But UH's defense is too tough, bro. Tennessee's gonna struggle too much. And the only teams that have beat UH this season, they're in other regions. So that they all have to play each other. So that's gonna take care of themselves. They'll all be gone by the time UH is in the Final Four. Now the thing about Duke, right? And this is the crazy part. My sleeper team is Alabama, but guess what? Alabama's in the same region as Duke. Duke is pretty much gonna be fine until the Elite Eight when they reach Alabama. I've been trying to tell y'all, Alabama could really be the team to really just shock everybody and just go stupid. UH don't got to worry about that because they're on the other side of the region though. Like UH really got it easy because Florida, the other #1 seed, they have the hardest region and it's not even close. Half of the teams that they're gonna have to potentially meet, bro, have beat Quad 1 schools, bro. UConn, Oklahoma, Memphis, Maryland, Arkansas, Texas Tech. Like, yo, like this is not, Florida got screwed over so hard. And as I mentioned, for UH, only team I feel like could give them problems is Auburn. And that's only because that's the only team that's probably going to meet them besides Duke. So I know they're going to be praying that Auburn sees Texas A&M again because Texas A&M already beat Auburn this year very convincingly, low-key. And if that goes right, they'll see each other during the Elite Eight. Texas A&M really has a legitimate chance, bro. But ironically, I see my Final Four being all #1 seeds. Not even going to lie to you. It's going to be Auburn, Florida, Duke, UH. Literally. Probably going to be UH and Duke if Alabama doesn't upset Duke. And it's going to be Auburn and Florida. I see Florida beating Auburn, though. Not going to lie. Actually, I lied. I have Auburn beating Florida. Not even going to lie to you. Now, if Auburn meets UH in the championship, UH, y'all better cross y'all's fingers, bro. Now, let's talk NBA now. Now, I got to talk about Shai right now, bro. I'm at home getting ready for church the next morning. I'm watching Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm watching OKC. The display of embarrassment. I'm talking about it really got to a point where Shai was legitimately, like, embarrassing the Pistons. I'm talking about play after play, just doing disaster. It almost looked like witchcraft, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Shai's the MVP. Let's just call it what it is. And it's funny because Jokic is on my Denver Nuggets. You know I stand with Jokic. I'm 10 toes, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Shai is just doing too, like, he is really getting out of hand. He has the most 50-point games. It's only one other person that has a 50-point game. Shai has done it, like 4 or 5 times now? Like, Shai has literally been a walking 40 ball this year. And everybody keeps talking about like the foul baiting, bro. People that are really upset about Shai's foul baiting, you wasn't around during the James Harden Rocket days, bro. You're too young. You didn't see any of that, bro. If you think what Shai's doing is crazy, bro, James Harden literally had defenders putting their hands behind their backs. What are you talking about right now? James Harden literally was getting so many. I'm talking about, yo, like he had people in the stands calling him out. He's responding to fans in the crowd, bro. Like what Shai is doing is nothing. Trust me, bro. Literally. In that game against the Pistons, yo, crazy work. Now I always do a player spotlight every game. Not gonna lie to you, Dallas, y'all should have a lot of reasons to be upset. But let me tell you something, bro. That kid, Brandon Williams, if he doesn't get an extension, bro, then the Dallas Mavericks are just the weirdest franchise of all time. This kid came in unexpectedly from the G League because of Kyrie's absence and started killing. I'm talking about this dude is low-key like a walk-in 25. There's no reason why this man can't be on another roster when Kyrie comes back, if not this same one, bro. Like, the man looks like Kyrie incarnated. Like, if you're really watching, even though there's not much reasons to watch Mavs basketball, but I digress. This kid is the truth, bro. And it's like, it really shows you the level of NBA that's here now, bro. There are many folks who are low-key in the G League that could come to the NBA and drop 20. We see it every game, bro. We see it every game, bro. Brandon Williams is one of them, bro. Like, the kid is really Kyrie-esque. Like, don't sleep, bro. Don't sleep. Now, let me talk about the Rockets, right? I have not talked about the Rockets this whole year. When it comes to the Rockets, like, no disrespect to them. I just don't see it, bro. Like, no disrespect to them. They literally played 10 minutes away from where I live. They played 10 minutes away from my school. I don't see it. They're really just going to have to shock everybody and just beat everybody in front of them in the playoffs, bro. And as of right now, they're seeded against the Warriors. I don't see them beating them, bro. Come on. Like, can we all just be real for a second? Y'all don't take the Rockets that seriously, bro. They're good. I'm not saying that they're not good, bro. I done been to a couple games this season. They're the truth. But they're not true enough for me to say, oh, I'm picking them over any of these teams. Like, be so for real. Would you really pick them over OKC, the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, even the Warriors? Be so serious right now. You find out that the Warriors got the Rockets in the first round. You got Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler walking in Toyota Center for a playoff series. Are you really that confident, bro? Especially with Steph Curry being the underdog and Jimmy Butler being on that team, and I'm gonna get to them in a second. Come on, bro. Like, no disrespect to the Rockets, bro. I just don't see it. They're really gonna have to shock everybody, bro. Now, next year, not gonna lie, I ain't gonna lie, it could be crazy next year, bro. Just like how last year OKC wasn't quite ready, but this year now people are scared of them. You know what I'm saying? Not me. I'm a Nuggets fan. We ain't scared of nobody in Mile High City. But you see how everybody's scared of OKC in a way, bro? They're the scary team. Next year, that could be the Rockets. I ain't gonna lie to you, but not this year, bro. Now let me get to Warriors, bro. As for the Warriors, this is absolutely ridiculous, bro. You mean to tell me all it took was Jimmy Butler? Like, you mean to tell me this whole time this was the Butler that the chef needed in the kitchen? I cooked, not gonna lie. This was really the Butler that the chef needed in the kitchen, bro. You mean to tell me he came to the Warriors and literally resuscitated this group? And he's not even doing much. He's just doing what needs to be done, bro. The dude is out there playing defense, getting people involved. But it's like, okay, if you need him to score, he's like, okay, I can score on my defender easy. Literally, it's been that. Like, why am I? He's the real MVP of the Warriors, bro. Like, if there was a MVP of the season award, it goes to Jimmy Butler. He's only been there for 15 games, bro. The Warriors have a legitimate chance at scaring and shocking any team in the West, even my Nuggets. It's just so embarrassing to the Heat, because it's like, yo, Jimmy Butler took you to the finals twice, but y'all didn't believe he was good enough to take y'all there again. That's why y'all didn't put no money towards another superstar. So Jimmy Butler says, okay, trade me. You trade him. You try to trade him to a team he did not ask for. You tried to ship him off to death. And he's like, okay, let me just show you that I wasn't tweaking. He goes to the Warriors, and they're destroying like this. Disappointing. Y'all suck. Y'all remember that episode of SpongeBob? If y'all have seen it, if y'all have watched SpongeBob before, where that dude drowned and then Larry gave him CPR, and he was like, breathe, you darn you. And he was back alive, bro. That's literally what Jimmy Butler has done to the Warriors their season. He's their MVP, period. Now, as far as playoff picture goes, bro, all these teams that are sleepers, it seems like the field is as open as it's ever been. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better do it this year now. Like, to the Grizzlies, to the Rockets, even the OKC, bro. The Cleveland Cavaliers. If y'all want to win this ring, y'all better do it this year because free agency is about to be crazy. 76ers, if the writing is so clear on the wall that they need to trade Joel and PG, I'm talking about Quentin Grimes over here dropping 40. You still got Tyrese Maxey. You still got Jared McCain. You don't need Paul George. You don't need Joel Embiid. Get players around them. So this means that Joel Embiid and PG are about to be on the market. Like, y'all better do what y'all need to do this year, all you other NBA teams, because wherever Joel Embiid goes to, they're automatically a threat. Joel Embiid can't stay healthy, they're still a threat though. KD is finna be somewhere else. Giannis is probably gonna be somewhere else. PG, even though he's tweaking, he's probably gonna be somewhere else. Bradley Beal, even though he's having an off season, he's gonna be somewhere else. It's a lot of players that's finna be elsewhere, bro. So y'all teams that want the ring, y'all gotta win that this year. Now, before I leave, right, I need to relay this message, right? So I've been, attending this church. I made a video about top churches in Houston. One of the churches was Blueprint Church. I'm a member of that church. Still got my dad's church, our Savior's church, but I've been attending Blueprint a lot. Pastor Matt, right, let me tell you what he said. This one line that stuck out during his sermon. He said, sometimes it's cutting season. When people think of cutting, they automatically think about cutting people off. No, sir, bro. Cutting folks off is not always the answer. Many times you just gotta cut off your own habits, bro. It's stuff in you that you need to cut off, not people, bro. Many people automatically rush to, it's the people in my life is what's causing the problems in my life. No, it's yourself. It's unfortunately self-sabotage, and you got to cut off what you got going on. I know somebody that wants to stop drinking. It's a big problem for them. So they feel like their solution is they need to cut off their friends that drink a lot. You want to stop drinking, but your friends constantly ask you to go to camp on a Thursday. They constantly ask you to put in for Don Julio because now it's bottle wars with this next section over there. And you feel like that's not healthy for you. No, you could just say no, Maybe your problem is that you don't know how to say no. Maybe your problem is you don't know how to control your drinking. The friends that you go with, they probably don't struggle with drinking like you do. So they can go to camp on a Thursday, get 3 bottles of Don, go dummy, get drunk, get wasted, and still handle their business the next day. You can't do that, bro. That doesn't mean you got to cut them off. Now, I understand bad company, corrupt good manners. But sometimes it's not the company, bro. If you can't control yourself, hell, all company can be bad. Even the best of company. LeBron James could ask you to go drink one night. Does that mean that you need to cut him off because he wants to go drink, bro? It's you sometimes, bro. And I feel like we got to look in the mirror, bro. I feel like we lack looking in the mirror sometimes. Sometimes it's not other people. Most times it might be, but not every time, bro. Not every time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm better than everybody. I need to look in the mirror. Some things I do my own self. None of us is perfect. But just remember, sometimes it's not those people around us, but instead it's us. Real talk. And this message may not be for you. It might be for the next person. It might be for your family member, bro. It might be for whoever you know. Sometimes it's you. Don't be the enemy of yourself. Because I'm telling you, nobody can stop you from your destiny like how you potentially can if you're not careful and you don't catch it and you don't cut it off, bro. FAXTORY, I don't make the rules. Thank you, everybody. This has been episode 12.
Imagine seeing